So if we're talking about music, and I mentioned a bass guitar, what kind of audio clip comes to your guys' head? Something like this? Maybe, or maybe something like this. Maybe something like that. That's a little cooler, right? Well, and there's nothing wrong with the first type of bass playing. As you know, Michael Manring said, he's a very prominent bass player. You have to know how to play that meat and potatoes kind of bass playing. And that's very important. That's and that's still important though, because it teaches you how to play on time, how to play with a drummer, and also it kind of builds a foundation for a song and for a band too. So it can fall out. You're the backbone, the cement foundation. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's a bass line in every song we listen to, and it might be really complex, it might be really basic, but the important part is it's still very important. And after my presentation, maybe you guys will respect the bass a little bit more and go ahead and listen to your songs. But a little bit about me. I've been playing bass for about 3 years now. I've been in a funk rock band for about 1, and my name's Joe Slanick, just in case you guys want to know. But basically enough about me. I'm going to teach you a little bit about slap bass today. It's funky style. I'll teach you a little bit about that. And the 3 main points I'm going over are right hand technique, left hand technique, and putting it together and playing you guys a few examples of something you may know about. They're kind of popular, so you might know. You never know. But before we start, let me just say that there's really no right way to go about playing funk. And like George Clinton, the Grandmaster Funk, said himself, right here, the more one thinks about it, the harder it is to get the feel of the funk. It's just done. So I'm just teaching you from my experiences, so there's no right way to do it. And now that I get that out of the way, let's get to my first point. First of all, you need a guitar. This is not my 3 main points, by the way. I need a guitar, you need a cable here, as you can see, and you need an amp right here. So the first thing I'll talk about is right hand technique. Think about the shape of your hand first. When you're playing, you're going to be playing with a gun shape, kind of, except turn the barrel back at yourself. So kind of like this. I'm going to start with the thumb. You want the thumb to run parallel to the strings, and you're going to be thumping the strings, kind of attacking them. Until you get comfortable doing that. It'll take a while though. Then you got to play with the index finger. And by the way, both of the slap, this is called a slap, this is a pop. You want to be able to bounce the string off the fretboard and get that twang. So you're going to be playing with the thumb, and then the index finger, you're going to be popping. So you're doing something like this. You're going to hook around the string and pull outward with the wrist to get that pop noise. So that's basically all there is to that. And it's a little boring though playing with one hand because you get unlimited sounds here. That's kind of boring, only 4 sounds. So let's do the left hand and do it real quick. Left hand, it's pretty basic. If you know how to play bass, you'll know the rest of it, but I'm going to just teach you slap bass. So you want to play in an octave shape here. You start with 1 note, anywhere on the fret, basically, on any of the frets. Let's pick that one for instance. Move up 2 frets or forward, and up 2 frets. Or down for you guys, whatever. So it's kind of sound like this. This sounds right? That sounds good. So you can kind of play around with that, like anything like that. Just kind of play around with that shape. The next thing I want to talk about is putting it together. So we have a right hand, left hand. Let's go ahead and put it together in holy matrimony here and make some sweet tunes. Everybody, are we excited for this? So these are a few that you guys might know about. This is a little old school funk, not old school skunk, but old school funk. So you guys know this one? Just raise your hand or call it out if you know it. Okay, the next one, a little funk rock. It's from about 1989. It's a cover. Let's see if you guys know this one too. Anybody?
Can't remember the song.
Higher Ground, Red Hot Chili Peppers, great song. Last one I want to teach you here. It's kind of the first one I played, but I'll show you a little more of it. Turn up a little bit, you can't hear that. But it's a lot of percussive slap song here. Anybody? Anybody know that? I'll give you a hug if you do. That's Victor Wooten. He's a really great bass player. He's really percussive. As you can see, there's notes here, but you have a lot of slapping like this. Muted pops and slaps in between. So you don't want to play that with a band because it's like you're playing drums too. Kind of boring to play with a band. So Basically, you guys know everything there is to know, or you need to know about bass playing. I'm just lying if you don't know. It's huge. This is all I could teach you in a small amount of time. But maybe you guys are on your way now. So if you guys, let's recap a little bit. So I've taught you about how to play slap bass. Pretty complicated, but this is just a simple yet wonderful little techniques. And so I've taught you about right hand technique, left hand technique, and bringing it together and playing you some funky tunes. So if you guys are at a friend's house or you're over at Guitar Center or a pawn shop, you guys see the little bass section there, or your friend has one hanging on the wall, don't shy away from it. Just creep up there, don't let anybody know. Pick it up, start thumping on it, and you guys may have a little bit of fun.